Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So the House of Lords in the UK wants to regulate microtransactions as gambling because they are gambling, while some scumbags like Kotick from Activision Blizzard, who bends the knee to his Chinese overlords, wants to have literal gambling on esports. Like, for example, you bet on this team a certain amount of money. So let's begin with the first one. So the Lords say they should be classified as games of chance, meaning microtransactions, because they are games of chance, because pure luck is the biggest characteristic of microtransactions, because microtransactions are gambling and are cancer to this gaming industry. If a product looks like gambling and feels like gambling, it should be regulated as gambling, the report says. Another quote says the government must act immediately to bring loot boxes within the remit of gambling legislation and regulation, said the statement accompanying the report. While some scumbags like EA try to tell us that they are, surprise mechanics. Fuck EA, for all I care. I believe microtransactions are universally hated by gamers because they want you to pay for something that should have been included in the game, and they want to give you this advantage over other players in some competitive games, and even this advantage is not guaranteed. They tell you, you just put your money, bet on the roulette, beg for RNGs to give you the thing that you want. So it is gambling, and fuck gambling. And actually there is a gambling act in the UK. It's very easy to implement loot boxes and microtransactions as gambling because they are gambling per se. So you don't need to give it any kind of special treatment or new legislation. Put it under gambling because it's gambling. And what's worse about it is that this gambling mechanic, which is microtransactions, can affect children. So you know that a lot of children play video games, even though video games have become this sort of normalized pop culture right now and everyone is playing them, but a huge number of people who play video games are children. So you're exposing children to gambling and you make them feel that gambling is okay. And some children, they cannot really take a good decision and they don't have good judgment as far as those loot boxes are concerned. Heck, even some people who are adult don't have this good judgment. We have someone like the throne heir of Saudi Arabia putting a huge amount of money on PUBG just for microtransactions and whatnot. So yeah, even people at the highest rank of politics subject to this stupid thing. And we have had a lot of stories told about gambling. One of them I remember is that some children burnt all their parents' savings on FIFA. Fuck FIFA, because it's a cancer game. So it was on the Nintendo Switch. Luckily, Nintendo just refunded the parents, but in a lot of cases there is no refund. And these children went on opening those motherfucking packs again and again and again until they spent like $10,000 or so and didn't even get the player that they wanted, which is Messi. So yeah, it's pure gambling and fuck gambling. And talking about Bobby Kotick, who licks the Chinese boots, according to Bellular News, I leave his channel in the description down below, he talks about introducing real gambling on esports. Because esports are this huge thing and a lot of people watch it, and there are even teams out there and fans of teams and whatnot. So Bobby Kotick wants you to put money on your favorite team and to bet on it if it's going to win or not. Pretty much what happens in football, football around the world, which is soccer, not the American one, and in other games as well. So you bet money on said team, or you bet that this team is going to draw or lose or win. More advanced gambling techniques like this team is going to win 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever the case may be. So they want to introduce gambling to the gaming industry, and with the gaming industry it's very problematic because there are children out there. You make them feel that gambling is something that is okay and that you can gamble no problem whatsoever. Here I have a big issue and a big reservation, and I say fuck gambling and fuck microtransactions, but they're not going anywhere because there are lots of people who will pay to have this sort of imaginary advantage over someone else. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good one.